Hello once again, everybody. We're at Farm Science Review. I'm talking with Jewel Rollins, and Jewel is a graduate of Central State University. Jewel, why are you now back at Central State as being employed by the university?
I had no idea what I wanted to do once I graduated college. But as a undergraduate student, I actually stumbled across the extension department. Really had no idea what extension was, and once I got to know the department and the people working in the department, I'm like, okay, this seems like an interesting field that I might be able to see myself in once I graduate. So I graduated with the exercise science degree and had the opportunity. Once I graduated, we expanded across the state of Ohio, so it kind of just worked out that I was able to go back home to Toledo and cover that northwest region for family and consumer science. So,
by being an extension, do you get a lot of joy out of teaching people?
Yes, like I said, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I found that I am like a big people person, and I like the aspect of being in the community and meeting different people and networking and just seeing that there's a lot that goes on in our communities that I either A, didn't know about, or B, just didn't have the opportunity to see. But now I do, being in the community.
Well, you told me an interesting story before we went on air that you didn't know where you wanted to go, but your dad had maybe a little bit of influence on you.
Yes, I had no idea. Graduated high school, pretty academically sound, so I had a number of options, but really just had no idea on the exact one. I was a student athlete at the time and was being recruited by the university, and then my dad, he's like, this is what you're going with, this is what you're doing, and it was probably the best thing for me. As you can see, I was able to have a job out of it. I had a number of internships, and like I said, I learned so much about the extension department, which I had no idea about before. So.
Okay, agriculture is a wide open kind of industry, and that can lead to many more things.
Mm-hmm. That was a big part of why I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But with agriculture and with the family and consumer science, I'm able to kind of dabble in different things, nutrition, mental health. I have an interest in psychology. Exercise, like I mentioned, I have an exercise science degree, so that's an interest of mine as well. And just being able to really learn and teach on all of those like life skills aspects that go into just us being like everyday people.
Okay, is it interesting to take what you learned at Central State back home?
Yes, for sure. That's like one thing that I find like in the community. A lot of people, they're just like, oh, like I just didn't know this. Like it was just something that I didn't know. And I feel like something that I enjoy doing in my job is like, I was blessed to be in a two-parent household and just learn a bunch of things growing up. My mom was in like the health side of things, so I learned that a lot of people don't have that education. So I think it's very interesting just to be in the community and teach and educate, just because people simply just don't know. So,
well, you have a endearing personality, and I'm sure that you can just bring people in, and once in, you can educate them about different things, and there might be another Jewel out there that would think about coming to Central State. Now, one of the things that I enjoy about Central State is the teacher-student ratio. It's a pretty nice thing to not have a lot of students. You get a lot of hands-on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one thing that did keep me indulged at Central. I was scared of like the big city or the big school lifestyle, and so once I got to Central and saw that like the classrooms were a little bit more compact, I actually had a chemistry teacher. She kind of took a liking to me, and just seeing that relationship and seeing her like, oh, there's this opportunity and there's this you could do and there's this job, and just having those different resources, I think that was something I really enjoyed at Central that I don't think I would have gotten at a larger university.
Well, you're the second student, I believe, that we have interviewed from Central State once we started promoting the various departments at Central State University. And looks like Central is doing a pretty good job of in educating their students. Now, if there would be any student watching or parents of students watching right now that would have some questions, what's the best way for them to find out more information?
You can visit our website, centralstate.edu. You can also visit our extension website, centralstate.edu/extension. That goes into specifically our extension as well as our schooling and education aspect as well. We also have Facebook as well. They can look up just Central State, or if they're in the Northwest region, they can look in that area, or even any of the other 5 regions that we offer.
Jewel Rollins has been our guest. Jules, thanks for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll be back with more in Ohio Country today.